Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a new video. Today I'm taking you all along with me as I thrift my Pinterest board. We are going to be giving a little love to my master bedroom. I want to style the end tables and just give this space a little bit of a refresh. It is a place that often gets ignored, and I thought today it would be nice to give this room a little bit of love. Before we get to the thrift store, I want to thank today's video sponsor, Brooklinen. Brooklinen is a luxury, high-quality sheet company who is celebrating their 10-year anniversary. I went with the Classic Luxe Hardcore collection. It is absolutely stunning. I went with the classic white for the total set just because I love that hotel style look, but you can actually mix and match the colors if you want to create a custom look on your bed. They have that option for you as well. These sheets are so soft and breathable, so it's so great for regulating temperature throughout the night. It truly feels like we are sleeping in a hotel, which is so nice at the end of a long day. We went with the classic hardcore bundle because of the weaving. Again, it's great for hot sleepers. Also, it's going to give you that crisp luxury hotel look that I love so much. I also loved that it came with the complete set, so I didn't have to think about adding additional sheets or pillowcases. It comes all together, which makes it really convenient. I also love that you can shop from the comfort of your home, and again, you have the choice of over 20 different colors and different fabrics. They have great options on their website for whatever fits your needs. So whether you've been a long-term Brooklinen supporter or this is the first time you're hearing about them, definitely go over and check out their site. Now is the time to buy, as they are having a sale for their 10-year anniversary. All items are 25% off and bundles are up to 45% off, and this is site-wide. So if you've been curious or you are curious, now is definitely the time to check out Brooklinen. And again, I want to thank them for sponsoring today's video. So once we had our new beautiful bedding, it definitely inspired me to want to create something special in here. So of course I headed to Pinterest to gather some inspiration. My searches lately are moody, so moody master bedroom, moody bedside table, and I just looked for inspiration. What colors was I drawn to? What textures? And what I noticed in the photos was almost every single bedside table was styled the same way. Some sort of a lamp, books, definitely some sort of a organic texture, florals, and then some decorative objects. So of course I thought to myself, we can thrift all of that. So that is exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna head to the thrift store together. I'm gonna show you what I found as we're shopping, and we are going to collect all of the items to style on our bedside tables. I hope this inspires you today. Maybe you're like me and you ignore your bedroom. Maybe this will give you a little nudge to do something special for yourself today and create something beautiful in your room. So let's head to the thrift store now, see what we can find, and then we'll come back here. I have a thrift flip to share with you, a really simple DIY. I'm going to show you how to create beautiful texture on any object. We're going to do that together, and then we will do all of the styling. So let's head to the thrift store now and see what we can find.
Starting off in the book section, I knew that I wanted some books to be able to stack on the bedside tables. In the inspiration photos, books are definitely something that is always used, and this is something you should never pay full price for because the thrift store is full of gorgeous books. Look at this stack that I created here today. I also found another one, which I'm going to show you when we're styling. So beautiful, and all at the thrift store. Then I headed to the candle section. I knew I wanted to find a few different objects, and I happened to find this beautiful matte black candle, brand new, so gorgeous. And then I also found a brass candlestick. If you are new here, I love brass candlesticks, and I got very lucky today and I found one. Then I headed over to the coaster section because I thought it would be really nice to have 2 coasters on each of the bedside tables. and got lucky again and found this gorgeous set. I love how it's like a warmer stone color. I think it's absolutely perfect, and of course I love the brass detail on them. Then while strolling the aisles, I found this beautiful solid brass picture frame. I thought this would look gorgeous styled, and I have actually a couple that I thrifted a couple weeks ago that look very similar. And then I was looking for a clock. I wanted like a small little crystal clock, which I always find, but on this particular day I did not, and that is just something that happens when you're thrifting. Now I will be on the look for one and will be able to add it to my bedside table. But I also found this gorgeous globe, and I thought this was really nice for my husband's bedside table. It felt masculine to me. I love the brass detail on it, of course, and it also will give the nightstand some height in styling. Speaking of height, I did go ahead and look for a tall planter. I wanted to add something tall on my bedside table just to balance the styling, since we had the globe now for the left side, my husband's side. I did find this beautiful bunch of flowers in this vase. It was $9.99, so I did go ahead and skip it. The flowers did look very fake, and I thought, you know what, I have lots of vases, and if anything, I'll just be on the lookout to find that perfect piece. I do something in the interim that I love, so stay tuned for that. Then I knew I needed some lamps, and I had a couple options. I should say I found a couple of options. The first pair of lamps I found were these really pretty brass lamps, and I loved the shape, of course the color. They were just a little bit on the small side. When I show you my bedside tables and the bed frame, you'll see that they are quite large, and in my inspiration photos, I was definitely drawn to bigger, chunkier lamps. I happened to pop into this other thrift store on the way home just to see what they had, and they had this beautiful pair of lamps. They were only $4.99 each. I loved the shape, and I thought for sure we could flip them, make them look like old vessels, and I'm so excited to share that with you here soon. Also popped into Habitat for Humanity and found a matching pair of shades. I got so lucky to put this whole thing together, but let's get started on the thrift flip. So this is a great little hack if you have anything that you want to turn into look like old stone or terracotta. The perfect thing to do is to add baking soda to paint. I'm just using a combination of Dollar Tree paint, so very inexpensive. And in terms of the ratio, I like to do equal parts paint to baking soda just to get lots of texture. So I used a combination of black and brown because I wanted it to be dark. I wanted the lamp to be dark, but I didn't want it to be like really sharply black, if that makes any sense. The brown just toned down the black enough that it wasn't overpowering. So I went in with 2 coats of that baking soda paint mix just to get lots of texture on these lamps. And then I went back in with a brush with just the paint. So I mixed together black and brown paint, and I went over it just to get a really nice color and make sure that I filled in any gaps and just really saturated the lamps with the color. Then I went in with tan and brown, and I mixed it in the container that had the black and whatever was left of the baking soda. So if you're trying to get a similar look, I would say 2 parts brown and tan and like half a part black. And then I went in with a sponge and I just applied that lighter colored paint all over the lamp. In random spots, I would go back over it just to create that textured look with the paint. Now you could then go back in with just the tan to lighten these lamps up, but I wanted to start off at this point to see how I like them, and then I could always add lighter paint, I could always darken them, but I'm really, really happy with how they turned out. I can't believe these lamps cost me less than $10. And they look so beautiful, and in my opinion, they look much more expensive. Starting off with the books, just to create an anchor for all of the items we're going to be styling on, also to create some height. I'm using this combination of thrifted books on my husband's side, and then I'm going in with this combination, all thrifted, on my side. I love the color. I would love to eventually paint this back wall and do some wainscoting in like a nice rich color. So stay tuned because I'm sure I'll do that eventually. I'm always switching things up, but I'm also going in with the globe on my husband's side just to, again, give it some height, give some dimension. And then I played around with some different combinations, but ultimately ended up using the frame and the candle. I will go back in and add some family photos. And then I just placed the coaster right beside just to kind of finish that look. Going over to my bedside table, I played around with some different options. I would love to put a tall vase with some florals eventually on my side just to help balance it out a little bit more. But I did go in with the brass candlestick and a small vase, but it's wider, so I feel like it adds some substance instead of height on that side with some beautiful dried baby's breath. Finished it off with the coaster, and this is the final look. I think it's beautiful and simple and really just showcases the power of thrifting, how you can find these items and they might look lost in the thrift store, but when you bring them into your space, you can really create something quite beautiful in your home. That's going to do it for today's video. I hope I was able to pass on a little bit of inspiration. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. Again, don't forget to check out Brooklinen. I will have all their information in the description box below, and I can't wait to see you all in my next one. Bye everyone.